Well, it seems the Superman movie it only made a small profit, and they didn't break even in the theaters. Although I don't know if the streaming service would count as a sale, but let's see what it says. Superman profitability has been a question since the receipts started coming in. Now, according to Forbes, Superman made $100 million in profit for Warner Bros. And is on its way to making them $150 million. At a glance, that's good. However, the math is more complicated than it looks. The money the blockbuster is picking up comes from the avenue besides theaters, such as licensing, merchandise, home rentals, and streaming. What is that? I can't even say the word. Theoretically, in theaters, despite all the hype and marketing, the film can be and has been looked as a bit of a dust or a bust. The studio shares profits of 50-50 with theaters. Note, that's not a bulletproof metric, though heavily relied upon, meaning Superman's reported $660 million haul was split. Dan Murrell, a YouTuber following the film's performance, estimated it lost $77 million. Variety was more merciful in its report, where the outlet said Superman needed only $42 million to break even. Okay, let's keep reading. Now, the rising tide for Warner Bros. Discovery Q3 earnings also buoyed the summer's release image. James Gunn's Hulkcoin DCU effort shared the season with F1, Weapons, and Conjuring Last Rites, which were all huge hits that broke a few records. The problem is they might be the only one making Superman look good by association. The film spent a short time in theaters before going video on demand. Gunn explained this was due to the release of Peacemaker Season 2, but the Man of Steel couldn't shield the Max original from underperforming and dropping off, much less itself. Per Cosmic Book News, Superman soon fell behind Black Adam on streaming charts and petered out soon after landing on streaming. Well, that's interesting. Whether or not it was a moneymaker also depends on its true budget. The official budget, reported by Variety and other trades, is $225 million plus marketing costs of $125 million. That brings the movie's total price tag of $350 million. Sorry, just making sure there's no interruption. The number is disputed by Cosmic Book, who placed the real cost in excess of $500 million after global marketing is factored. Looking at that, if accurate, Superman lost money theoretically, at least even if it recoups the budget elsewhere. Moreover, it still trails behind Man of Steel in ticket sales adjusted for inflations and present-day price, and additionally, the July 10th poll didn't boost attendance at AMC theaters over the summer either. Again, apologies if there's any cuts or anything. Sometimes you have to do this, you have to make sure there's no interruption, but that's the thing about content creation. Which is why I had to ask all my viewers, to those who have watched Superman, aka James Gunn Superman, what was your experience? Was it good? Was it bad? Or was it mid? And I mean the movie, okay? Tell me your experience in the comments. $350 million. And they say you need about like what? 42 million to break even? Something's not right here. I wonder what else. I mean, I know movie theaters will barely get any cuts since most of the revenue goes from the streaming service, video streaming service, HBO Max. I don't know if Netflix got it. It remains to be seen. At this point, I don't know if Warner Bros. Have been sold yet, but it hasn't been sold yet because we haven't heard anything. And I do believe many of their recent titles, Warner Bros. Recent titles, still performing well today? No idea. Now, so far, we don't know what's gonna happen next for the sequel. I don't know if James Gunn planning on making the movie tie-in games of Superman. There were mentioned though. I don't know if it's true. Because usually if you want to make a movie tie-in games, at least that movie tie-in games will be at the middle. It will breach, or in this case, bridge the gap between the first movie and the second movie, which oddly enough, I think they already greenlit the second movie for Superman. I don't know for certain. Now for Supergirl, that's a whole nother topic, okay? Not gonna touch on that. I'd be interested to see what's happened next. Until then, keep speculating, and whatever rumor you saw or read or heard, anything, whatever it is, take it with a grain of salt, okay?
Launch command and control transfer initiated. Sending encrypted data packets. Please stand by.
ICBM launch sequence detected.
Where?
Coordinates relayed to navigation system. New course plotted and ready.